ドジャースの大谷翔平選手は日本時間2日、本拠地ロサンゼルスで行われた優勝パレードと祝勝イベントに参加しました。その際、パレード中に大谷選手がテキーラをラッパ飲みしている動画が SNS 上で注目を集めました。あるファンが X に投稿した動画には、バスに乗っていた大谷選手が隣にいたジャック・フラハティ投手からテキーラの瓶を渡され、それをラッパ飲みした直後に盛大に顔をしかめ、うつむきながら座り込む姿が映っています。この動画にファンからは、
彼は気に入らなかったようです。
とのコメントが寄せられました。日本時間7日には、フラハティ投手がアメリカのテレビ番組にゲスト出演し、大谷にテキーラを渡した場面について振り返ると同時に、大谷選手の人柄やエピソードも語りました。その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
There is a video of you giving Ohtani some tequila at the parade. And I'm no alcoholic, or maybe I am, but it looks like he had never drank before, Jack. Is this the first time you've seen him drink?
No. So that's the thing is, so after every series that we won, we would take a tequila shot as a team. And
I like it.
I always ended up, it was always time for a shot, and but I was always next to Show, and we would take our tequila shot together. So it took a lot of convincing that day to get him to do it, and eventually he finally did.
Tell us about Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he's just everywhere he goes, the crowds are ridiculous. This was such a big turnaround for him, going from the Angels to an immediate World Series championship. What's he like to be around to play with?
Well, he's just one of the dudes. And, after we got done, we told him, we told him, Show, it's this easy. First year you come over here, you're 1 for 1. Now you gotta do it 9 more times. But he's really one of the dudes. He shows up, he works hard, like seemingly harder than everyone, because he's doing his Tommy John rehab and throwing, and then he's still got to go hit, and puts up one of the greatest seasons ever. And then he's the biggest superstar in baseball. He's got all the media around him, and he's the biggest superstar in Japan. So the fact that he's able to do all that and keep himself just really level-headed all the time, and then still just he's just Show, and I was lucky enough to play with him and in awe of him every single time that he came up to the plate and the things that he would do.
Is there something that you saw like firsthand, obviously being his teammate, that's just different? When I play with a pro golfer, like the sound of it is it's different. Like, and I saw him in person. He's a big dude too. He's way bigger than you think.
Yeah, he's way bigger than you think. And that's like, look, I mean, we've got him, we've got Mookie, we've got Freddie. And then you also see the other guys around the league, but when the ball comes off his bat in game, and it's every single one of his home runs was like a no doubt. The ball sounds differently coming off his bat, and even his outs, this will be more of a baseball number, but his exit velocity, whatever, it felt like he was hitting the ball over 100 miles an hour, and that's top tier, and it was like you just wanted to try to make him hit the ball softly, and he doesn't. No matter what it is, every single out he has, he hits the ball hard. So that's what's different. He hits the ball so hard. It's he hits the ball harder than anybody.
What's he like as a hang? Because he's obviously seems kind of quiet and stoic when he's at the bat, and it just doesn't even change his facial expression. Like, does he go to the birthday parties? Does he pick up tabs by any chance? Like, what's his deal?
He better be paying $700 million.
Picking up all the tabs.
$700 million. He better pay for the jerseys.
Everything.
We did a dinner in New York during the Mets series. We got in. Happened to be my birthday, but it was a team dinner that we were doing, and Show came. Him and Yamamoto both came. We did another one. I don't know if he came. I don't know if he didn't come to the one before we played the Yankees, because he just dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, right.
But he picked up the tab when we went to New York. He's as chill as they come. Speaks really good English, which is impressive for the amount of work that he's put in since he's been over here. So he's somebody that, and he's always, even during games, like he's never nervous. I asked him before I think game one, like first playoff game, I just asked him like, "Show, are you nervous?" And he goes, "No." And then he points to
Amazing.
he points to Yamamoto, who's pitching that game, and he goes, "Him? He's nervous. Like you pitchers are nervous. Like I'm not."
By the way, baseball team dinners are a lot more expensive.
Right? There's a lot.
I can imagine.
25 of us.
Shohei Ohtani's surgery, successful surgery to repair the left labrum tear that he suffered during the World Series on a stolen base attempt in the 8th inning when the Dodgers were leading 4-1.
It just didn't look like much. I mean, the way he rolled around, yes, but the slide itself.
And we could tell later on in the series, the way he was holding that shoulder, that he was gripping his uniform, he wasn't effective at the plate, that was troubling him. He is expected to be ready for spring training, and there are some recent examples of labrum tears for players 4 to 5 months away. They come back strong. Josh Young, a couple years ago in the minors. Mark Sales, our great researcher, reminded me of Logan O'Hoppe in 2023. Did it on a swing in April and missed about 4+ months and came back. So they're expecting a similar timeline for Ohtani. I mean, everybody collectively gasped when he stayed down on the ground.
Yeah, but the interesting thing with Ohtani is he pitches. And they're playing that big series in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me you don't want him starting that first game in Japan.
You mean on the mound or at the...
Yes. So how's he going to be able to pull that arm through? How's it going to work? He can't do anything.
It may slow down.
So it slows down the pitching. It slows down everything.
Yeah, I didn't even think of the early opening. The Dodgers do not have a lot of time before they get into camp. We'll talk to Brandon Gomes about that when we have him on the program a little bit later on. You wanted the definition of a labral tear.
Yes.
And here it is.
All right.
For the unindoctrinated, this is according to Penn Medicine, and we have a noted Penn Medicine physician ready to verify this slab, if you will. Shoulder labrum is a type of rubbery cartilage that lines the shoulder socket called the glenoid. Yes. We're getting deep into the anatomical stuff today. The labrum helps keep your shoulder joint in place. When the labrum tears, you may feel shoulder pain or experience shoulder instability. Thank you. Labral tears are usually caused by overuse or injury and commonly accompany other injuries to the shoulder.
So the reason I asked that.
We got Dr. D-Row. He vouched for all that.
I used to be one of those other guys, Matty.
Oh, did you tear your
When in doubt, get the peek on the try.
Peek on the tries. It'll fix your shoulder tears.
See, but I always think about a little different with Shohei because he's a left-handed hitter. All right, most people are going to pull the bottom hand through and you get this. Mm-hmm. Like Tatis, for example. Mm-hmm. Shoulder kept popping out of socket, right? He's pulling the bottom hand through, or even Corbin Carroll with Arizona, pulling the bottom hand through and you get this. Shohei's, it's his top hand. So he uses that top hand quite a bit, but my point is it's almost like swinging a hammer every time you swing a bat. And I asked him at the World Series, how many ounces is his bat? I thought it was going to be like 35 ounces or something like that. He swings a light bat, 31.5 ounces. That's a light bat for his size. Mm-hmm. So I thought, it had to maybe come earlier on a swing and miss, and then he did something when he slid. So I think it was adding up with time. And if you look at some of the swings and misses he had, you go back and look at it all the way back to the San Diego series when you're trying to leave the house every swing, you're going to strain some things.
Yeah. We have so many things to ask you about. I'll try to be efficient with my words here. We got the news that Shohei had the shoulder surgery. I want to know, where were you and what were your initial reactions when you saw him try to steal that base, 4-1, 8th inning, he goes down, stays down. From that moment to now, talk about what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know what it was. We were up, watching the game in the box, and obviously he was in serious pain. So we had no idea how it was going to play out. We went down following that to see what our doctors were saying, and we had a really intense 9th inning going on simultaneously. But following that, he examined well enough to go out and play, and there was nothing that was going to stop Shohei from continuing in that series. But seems like after the surgery we're in a good place to continue to move forward, and looking forward to him being fully healthy back in 2025.
Hey Brandon, you were a former pitcher, and you don't just grab your right arm and throw it. You got to use your whole body. And so I was thinking about Shohei with the surgery now. Does that set him back pitching and getting ready for opening day since you guys have such a short window with the left shoulder now having to recover?
We'll get into his rehab some and kind of see where things are at. But, as he gets going, we'll obviously err on the side of caution and be playing the long game here. But, the long-term prognosis is that it won't be anything that affects his pitching, long term.
また、米全国紙 USA Today のボブ・ナイチンゲール記者は、自身の X で、
大谷翔平選手は左肩関節唇断裂の手術を受けたため、3月に東京で行われるカブスとの2連戦での登板の可能性は低い。
と報告。一方で、
ドジャースは4月には再び登板できると楽観視している。
として、4月の復帰が現実的との見方も示しました。ご視聴ありがとうございました。今後も大谷選手のさらなる活躍に注目し、最新情報をお届けしますので、ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。